Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is July 7th. It was another busy day for me today with meetings and some very interesting discussions here in Bangalore. Now I'm back home at my desk and bring you this dose of Rashmi from my desk here in Bangalore. Let's go ahead and get started for today. Today's dose of Rashmi is an integrated intelligence organization does not tie its worth with being better than others. It simply exists as a vehicle for aligned action for the team towards what they care for. So, looking at this dose of Rashmi from the three-layer Rashmi attention identity architecture and an organizational viewpoint. An organization operating at layer one or the fixed collective mindset will always operate under a threat that it is going to get outdone by some competition. The entire focus of attention is completely out. Such organizations will typically not survive. They'll go through a period of extreme turmoil, extreme stress for everybody involved, and usually they end up dying or fizzling out. At layer two, or the collective growth mindset organization, at that stage, organizations do a competitive analysis, even engage and strike deals with potentially competitors to come up with a larger strategy with a focus on outcome, and the outcome is usually winning in the market. The attention is largely focused out while through the strategic lens of striking the right type of deals, doing mergers and acquisitions, as well as doing competitive analysis and performing SWOT analysis and things like that. There is a portion of attention that is turned in to decide how best to win in the market. However, the objective still is win in the market. We've all been there. That is how most successful organizations operate. So there is nothing wrong with it. However, this is where, as I have continued with the Rashmi philosophy and dug deeper into it from an organizational lens, the integrated intelligence organization does the causality inversion, where the attention is predominantly directed inwards. It knows that it exists as a purpose, mission driven organization, and it is a collection of humans who are engaged towards an aligned purpose and working towards what they collectively care for. And if that is the overarching purpose, then it is clear that there is really very little value in trying to beat others. As long as you are performing the aligned action towards what the team collectively cares for, you are naturally going to create the impact in the external world that you want to create and serve the market that way. You don't necessarily have to focus your attention towards winning at the expense of somebody else in the market. And that then allows an integrated intelligence organization to again operate almost immune from the external market conditions, the competitive dynamics. Now, coming to a practical demonstration of this. So, everything that I have been doing with in the context of SEEDS, the Council for Entrepreneurship Enablement, Decarbonization and Sustainability, it is effectively an ecosystem play of bringing together funders, founders, regulators, universities, and large enterprises, ecosystem players. And as I'm meeting the various people in this ecosystem, if viewed from a purely competitive lens, almost everybody is a competitor. However, viewed from the lens of that the entire play here and the aligned action is building the ecosystem of different actors and bringing them all together around driving purpose driven innovation. When viewed from that lens, it's not about them being competition. All competitors are also welcome. If somebody else is trying to build an exactly same kind of an ecosystem, that is actually even better. That strengthens the ecosystem. It's no longer trying to be better than another ecosystem builder. It is truly partnering with all ecosystem builders. That is the beauty of the ecosystem, and that is the demonstration of the integrated intelligence organization, where the attention is focused inwards, not focused on trying to win and establish your worth based on are you better than others. Thank you.